Welcome back. I'm joined by Championship correspondent Pascal Lemire to preview Saturday's match between Reading and Cardiff. Pascal, start with the home side. Still not quite yet safe, but 9 points above the relegation zone.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if they do get dragged down right into it in the final 7 games of the season. Wigan, they're 9 points clear of them, and they should be okay. But yeah, you look at their recent form. It's only 1 league win in 6 for them. Last time out, they went to Charlton, who are really in form at the moment. Charlton, they pushed them quite a lot. It was a 3-2 defeat in the end. Not the worst result given how well Charlton are playing of late, but on the whole, like I say, poor form recently. Steve Clarke's made some moves. The loan window closed last week, so he made some moves. Brought in Nathan Ake on loan from Chelsea and Kwesi Appiah from Crystal Palace. So 2 interesting signs. I think Ake, he's often on the bench for Chelsea. You see him named on the substitutes bench quite a lot, but he doesn't often play because there's so much depth Chelsea have got in defence. So he certainly, he'll have trained alongside a lot of great players at Chelsea, and it'll be interesting to see how he copes in the Championship. I think it might be his first loan move in the Championship, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. As for Kwesi Appiah, he's been on loan at Cambridge United earlier this season in League 2, and then he was surprisingly selected to play for Ghana at the Africa Cup of Nations, and he started a lot of those games. Started in the final against. In that Africa Cup of Nations final against the Ivory Coast. So he's obviously got a lot of international experience, well thought of for his country, and it'd be interesting to see. The step up from League 2 to the Championship is quite a big one. And I think in this game, certainly, if he's given the start, he might fancy his chances. Cardiff, they're not great away from home, but I think what Reading will want to do, they've got 4 games now between their FA Cup semi-final. Obviously brilliant for them to get through to the FA Cup semi-finals. They've got Arsenal, the holders, at Wembley, so they've got 4 games between now and then. I think what they'll just want to do is certainly win maybe 2 of them and just put themselves a decent chunk away from the bottom 3. So there's no worries of when they go into that Arsenal game they might be able to go down. As long as they're sort of safe going into that Arsenal game, they can fully focus on that game because it's a massive day for the club.
Moving on to Cardiff, had a decent win against Birmingham last time out.
Yeah, it was a good result there. I think Cardiff, they haven't been great at home sort of in 2015. They were brilliant there in the first half of the season. Not many teams went there and got any points at all, but yeah, they haven't been great recently. But I think that game was really important for Owen Doyle. He scored his first goal since that move from Chesterfield in January, because he was the top scorer in England's top 4 divisions, scoring bags of goals for Chesterfield in League 1. But then obviously Cardiff thought, right, let's take a chance on him, see how he does in the Championship. And we've been starting too many games. Cardiff had a lot of different striking options. They've got Lafondra up there, Kenwyne Jones, but now Kenwyne Jones, they've let him go on loan to Bournemouth. Quite an interesting move because I think he's still a quality player in the Championship, but Bournemouth have obviously come in with a good offer and feel that he can help their promotion push. Cardiff, they're one of the sides in mid-table, not too much to play for, and obviously now I think Doyle will be given a chance to really sort of shine if he can in the last sort of 7 games of the season. I mean, it's only 1 defeat in 5 for them, up to 14th, 16 clear of the bottom 3 there. There's no chance of them going down. Equally, still a long way away from the playoffs. It's going to be a mid-table finish for them, which, considering they were only relegated from the Premier League last season, is disappointing. But where they were earlier on in the season, Russell Slade's come in. He's done okay. Mid-tables, it's okay for them. But the problem with them, they were a Premier League side last season, getting big attendances at the stadium. But there's news came out recently this week that they've got a new extension to one of the long stand, the Ninian stand at the top of there. They've got an extension for the upper tier. And next year they're just completely closing it. They haven't sold as many season tickets as they thought, so they're just going to not open that bit at all, which just shows how the club is in decline at the moment.
Bit of a nothing game really, but could still be entertaining. Do you think it will be?
No, I'm not going to pick an entertaining game here. Like you say, it's a bit of a nothing game. Neither side too much to play for, so I'm going to say 0-0.
What's about for a 0-0 draw?